Welcome, everybody, to another episode of AV Educate on the AV Tech Talks podcast edition. I'm here with my good friend, Austin Jackson. Sorry, let me bring him into the stream, right? I'm here with my good friend, Austin Jackson. Thanks for being here, brother.
Trying to leave me out already, man.
I said your name, and I jumped the gun here, but I'm so excited about tonight's talk. You have these talks all the time about business and about how to do things better and how to improve on what we're doing all the time. And now we finally got somebody who does this. Like literally, this is their job for a living. They build businesses. They help them organize their thoughts. They help them build processes and procedures. But again, you know me, I'm not the one to do all the talking. So I'll let you introduce our special guest.
Not a problem at all. So first and foremost, I want to let you all know that I am super stoked for tonight. It's something that we absolutely need as entrepreneurs, as business owners. Tonight's guest, I don't even want to hold anything back anymore, right? But tonight's guest, she's built a business for Susan Delaware Studios from being a startup to a multi-million-dollar corporation. I'm talking they do high-end photos and videos for clients like Kevin Hart, for 50 Cent, for Pitbull. So when we're talking stats and accolades, you want to pay attention to tonight's episode. So without further ado, I want to welcome tonight's guest, Amanda Breddy.
Hi, everyone. How are you?
We're
I'm just
great.
You're doing amazing.
Happy to have you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So, Omar, where should we start off? I feel like there's so much good content, and I'll be honest, I'm probably going to be a big student of the game tonight. So let's get it kicked right off. I think everybody's eager and excited.
Yeah, so real quick, just before we get too far, I'm not sure what's happening on Facebook land, and I apologize, guys. For some reason, your comments were coming in at 8:02. I got this one. Thank you so much, Angelica, for being here. And then it seems after that, we've something happened again, like always, right, with our stuff. So I apologize. I will comment again and keep trying to go pushing us forward. But I want to get into this model that I've heard a lot, and that I talked to Amanda beforehand, and I think she kind of gave me some very good insights and some tips and some texts earlier today about the difference between running your business and being run by the business. And I kind of wanted to help people understand the difference in those things. So Amanda, I'll let you kind of take that from there. Just help people understand that there is a lot of us, I feel, in the industry are running the business, or it's running us. We're running it to maintain it, but we're not running a business where there's growth and potential for things. And I think you put that in a very black and white way that we can understand easily. So again, I'll let you take it from here.
Well, I feel like across the board, right? The biggest question always, do I try harder or do I stop? Like, do I give up? Am I wasting my time? Right. And you never really know when you're being an entrepreneur, but you have to bring on staff that knows what they're doing. Like you have to release control at some point. And that's the hardest part, I think, for most people is releasing control, because you can do it faster, you can do it better. And to be honest, it's probably true. But to expand your business, you need to be able to hire people that can let you do what you need to do, because no one's going to have a vision for your business like you will. No one is going to push it forward with the dream that you have like you will. The minute tasks, it doesn't need to be you. Even if it's not perfect being done by somebody else, you have to learn to accept that. And that's not to say to hire, just anybody. You want great staff. You're only as good as your team, but it doesn't change the fact that at some point you have to make that decision. Okay, I can't do this on my own anymore. And that's the biggest thing. I think people get nervous. Can I afford it? Is it the right decision? Do I have time to train somebody? The second you say, do I have time to train somebody? You need to train them. That means you have no life.
Wow. That is so true. That is so true. And you're already dropping nuggets. I mean, can you elaborate a little bit more into the point where you say, well, actually answer that very first question. How do I know when it's time to start bringing someone on board? Because we talk about, okay, we know that we need great talent when we get talent, but how do we know when to pull the trigger on onboarding new talent?
the second you start feeling overwhelmed. Like that's just the truth. You start feeling overwhelmed, you need to start figuring out how to start taking things off your plate. And to be honest, traditionally business will tell you, oh, get an assistant. Sometimes it's not getting an assistant. Sometimes it's getting help in your house, whether that's somebody like a housekeeper, whether that's having somebody else mow the lawn, whether that's, you know, have somebody else paint the kids' room. Like sometimes it's help in the house that will let you take that time now and focus on your business. But traditionally business will just tell you to get an assistant, but sometimes you yourself needs more time for the business initially. So to be honest, I always say, listen to your body. You will know when you're starting to get to that point, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need someone else. And when you get to that point, that's when you have to do it. Like, it's not, the problem is people sit in the middle for so long and don't make the time to pull the trigger, but you have to make the time to pull the trigger. That's the difference. You can't wait on it. You got to, like, the iron's hot. Okay, I've got business. People know my name now. I need to get things running.
Okay. So you said normally your good recommendation for the first hire is your assistant. I'm assuming that your first hire should be that person who's going to help you with those minute tasks, whether they're in business or the personal life. Correct?
Yeah, the extension of you. The best investment you'll ever make is your assistant, the extension of you. They're supposed to be you. They're supposed to be able to do everything that you need to do that you just can't get to anymore. They need to be able to do the daily tasks. You know, you don't need to be with every single client. You don't need to be with every single email. You do not need to fill out all the paperwork. You do not need to, I mean, all of that stuff an assistant can do.
I like where you're going with this. And I just want to, what we do here best, right, is we bring in the community, bring in their questions so we can educate everybody as a whole. Angelica asked a very good one. Angelica Marie Costas. I apologize for not sharing your full name at present. But she says, I get overwhelmed often with kids, multiple jobs, everyday life. How can I make this possible? I found like this, a lot of us can relate to right off the bat, you know, because we are family people, we are adults, we do have kids. And the ones who don't have kids, you know, I hope you guys are taking advantage of the downtime right now to really get out there and push things. And like the last one we just did, and that I just did with Nathan, where, you know, now is the time to build. I mean, think about this. If you got no kids, you got no excuses. Honestly, I mean, you got time. So what advice would you have for someone like that, or for us in general, you know, to say, if you have kids and you have multiple jobs, you know, how can you better expedite this? Because this is a prime example of where we're so used to getting paid for our time, and you're in a position where you're teaching us how to essentially distribute that so that we have more time to build a business, to help it grow and exceed to something bigger and greater. But a lot of times we get stuck in that continuation of, I need to send this info for that. I need to make sure I'm getting paid. I need to contact the client. I need to go see the client face to face. And some of those things need to happen, but some of it becomes my constant task of things to do. And between, you know, me, my partner, and me and my daughter, and all those things, it gets overwhelming sometimes. So how does Angelica make better processes now that maybe simple things that we could be doing in our day-to-day lives that we, you know, just maybe haven't thought about, or some things we could think about that that can improve ourselves as you know, people starting off with businesses to grow into this something more.
There has to be goals, both short-term and long-term. There has to be goals for your business, goals for your family. You can include your kids in your goals. They can know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's the same thing with staff. You know, you bring on staff into a company you're building, they have to know you're not going to make what you would make at a Fortune 500 company. You know, but as you grow, you will grow with us. Let me show you the goal. Let me show you where we're going. It's the same thing with family. Let me show you the goal. Let me show you where we're going. This is why I'm out late. This is why I have to, you know, take away some of our budget and put it towards an assistant, or getting help at home, or X, Y, and Z. It's all about communication, really. It just goes across the boards. That's the first thing I can say is clear communication, clear goals. And a lot of people, it's so hard to take yourself out of the bubble and to make those goals, but you have to. And then everything has to be towards those goals. So something that I personally enjoy doing is doing things in phases, because I think it helps to be able to feel like you got accomplishments, and then you can also show the people who are on your team, whether it's personally or professionally, hey, we made this far, we made it this far. So I like to do things in phases. So phase one might be, hey, once a week we have to get a babysitter because we need to make time for us, because all the other 6 days I need to focus on the business, and you have to be okay with that, because that's where the light is at the end of the tunnel. You have to keep showing people where the goal is and how you're getting there. And as I said, I like to do that in phases so that it makes it easier for everybody. But you got to first take yourself out of the situation, make the goal, and then start listing what are the phases to get there. How do I get there? And you don't know, it's called
that's
research.
powerful. That is so powerful, because as you say this, I'm absorbing it because I need this information myself. Omar and I have continuously had conversation about balancing out being a good husband / boyfriend, a good father, and being a good business owner and entrepreneur all together. And there's so many balls to juggle, and how do you not drop them? So can you tell us, if you're talking about these phases, the first, I love what you said for the first, what would you say is the next step continuing along that same transition?
So I think the first phase is, what is your goal, and explain to others how you're going to get there and what your plan is, so everybody's on the same page. Communicate is number one. I think going number two is, okay, let's start putting these things in place. It depends on what your business goal is. Is it a financial goal? Okay, well, what can you cut back on? What can you save on? And what's going to start maximizing your profits? Those type of things. Is it growing your business? Because growing your business doesn't always mean financial. And nowadays it could just be indirect financial gain, right? So like how big you are on social media might be indirectly helping your business. So it might be growth on social media. So it just depends what your goal is to kind of figure out what those next phases are. But there's tons and tons and tons of information online where you can Google and really find out what is it that I need to do as the next phase to keep going, depending on what my goal is.
There's so many comments that's coming in right now. Omar, let's bring in some of those comments because they're in high agreement with her right now.
Yeah, so we got Angelica's definitely loving what she's hearing, at mom goals. She's giving you the kisses. Chris Brown, 100%. I'm assuming the extra ones means 1,000%. It's all about time management from Rico Campos, a good friend of ours who's also runs his own business. Yes, communication from Angelica again. Chris Brown here. Yes, communication, transparency. Those are key things, big drivers. I'm super sad. I'm super happy to hear all these comments. I want to. So I want to continue to push forward. You had said something a little bit earlier. Sorry, I wrote that down. A little bit earlier that I was kind of like, what is, I guess, when it comes to family and when it comes to what Austin had said a little bit earlier about dividing those times and what you're saying, at what point and, what maybe needs to be that shift or the decision that, hey, and this is me actually interpreting what you're saying right now and kind of absorbing it, right? At what point do you put that as a priority that doing these things is more important than committing the time for something else? And how can someone transition from the constant urge or need to say, hey, I need to do this because it's work and it's how I pay for everything, to say, hey, I need to spend more time with my kids, or I need to spend more time with my partner. How do I transition to that so that I make sure that I'm doing my part as a partner, as a father, but also keeping commitments to my clients and to my business associates that I've committed time to. What's the transition that someone should think about or take that I could get you to that point? And someone just commented, how do you find balance? Yeah. Thank you for shortening my whole thing to one sentence. Perfect. Yeah. So how do you find balance in all these things? And what does someone need to hear or get to that says, okay, this is the moment where this is a bigger priority for me, a bigger balance that I need to have. I need to invest resources over here to an assistant or to this outsource, this one piece here to give me more peace of mind so that I can continue to do my job. And then how do you find, my biggest concern as a business owner is how do I find someone who I can afford, but at the same token, can do, like you're saying earlier, to the level that I'm expected to, or at the speed that I expected to do it. Because I do content design for AV Educate. I mean, this morning, what I published this morning for this show. You and me talked a couple days prior. We had some scheduling conflicts, and then we got on board. And then at 6 a.m. to about 6:30, I created that entire logo that you guys see. It took me 30 minutes. If I outsource it, graphic stuff to save me time, how do I know I can get those things quickly enough? Like, what do I need to shift on my end to make sure that the level of quality I want and the speed I want is getting accomplished from somebody else?
He got like 3 questions in there, so you're gonna have a long answer.
Short version, yes. Well, my mind went through so many things, right? So there are some things you're gonna do faster. Like, it is what it is. That's why you have a business, because you're one of the best. That's how it works, right? Like, that's and to be honest, I can't teach intuition or wisdom. That comes with time and experience, right? So that's why you have to keep community. That's why you need things like AV Educate. That's why you need, a strong partner, whether business or personal. Like, you have to be running the game together with the same goals, and knowing that, you want to be around smart people. Part of the hiring process is trying to find somebody who's better at something than you are, right? So you want people you're going to learn from. You want to hire the best. And as far as like when to know when to do those things, again, intuition and wisdom, I can't necessarily teach. You have to know when it's time to do those things to a certain extent, but a lot of it has to do with self-checking. When you are an entrepreneur, you have to know yourself. You have to be mentally and emotionally prepared to take on what it's going to take for both your business life and your personal life, and know that it's going to take a toll, and you have to be ready for it, and you have to check in with yourself. Whether that means once a week, whether that means every 2 weeks, whether that means once a month, whatever it is. But it may seem so silly, but you need to check in with yourself. Am I getting too busy? Is it affecting my relationships? Am I happy? Is the business going where I need it to go? You have to check in with yourself and then start finding solutions. And that's part of the reason why you have to free up to have some time, because you have to have time to be able to do that. And that's why an assistant is a good answer to a lot of things, is that they can take some of that workload off. And people don't realize a good assistant isn't necessarily that expensive. I think people think that it's very expensive. It's not necessarily that expensive, especially when you're growing your business and you need that extra help. In the long run, if they're going to help you book a job for $50,000 and they're costing you 10, in the grand scheme of things, what are you really losing? Because you might have not had that opportunity if you didn't have an assistant to help take that extra off of you. I think it's, as far as just knowing when to transition, it's just, you have to listen to your body. There's really not even a better way to say it. Like, you have to know, like, okay, I'm spending way too much time doing emails. I'm doing way too much answering the phones. It's not that you're in any way, shape, or form above it. It's just that someone else would really appreciate that job, honestly, and they would be happy to take it, and they'd be happy to help you grow your business, because there's a lot of people out there like that who want to help you grow your business.
I agree. You actually touched base on a few different things that I wanted to deep dive into a little bit more. You said hire people that are strong in places where you're weak at, and that's a principle that I believe in. Even Elon Musk, right? Tesla is probably one of the 5 most popular companies in the world today. SpaceX, another huge successful company, and out of nowhere, he launches a tequila company this week. How does he do all of these things? Well, he himself would say, I never went to Harvard, but I hired the people who did. So he doesn't have to be the smartest person in the room. And I think that's one of the things that us as business owners and entrepreneurs, we tend to try to focus on, be the best at absolutely everything. But what it is developing that leadership position and that leadership role and putting the right players at the right position. I said this example before. Shaquille O'Neal was an excellent center. He was dominant at that position. But if you put him out on the 3-point line, he's going to miss 9 out of 10 times. Probably 10 out of 10, if you be honest. But in his position, he was extremely dominant. So hiring for those positions where you're weak at, I believe in that 100%. And I love you brought that up.
So I want to bring
absolutely.
up. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
So I wanted to bring up there's a couple here that have hit home, and I want to bring 2 of these back to back here real quick. So Chris Brown has said, I think having as much routine in your home life will help the spontaneous business life. 100% agree with that. If the home life is broken, your business will suffer even if you're monetary successful. That hit home to me personally, and I 100% agree with that, and that is the truth.
But I also believe that's double-edged sword, because a lot of times marriages fail because of lack of finances. So if you're unsuccessful on the outside, it can cause distraught on the inside as well. It's that balance.
Yeah, it's that balance. Of course. And then Angelica had said, what about personal time with family? Do I sacrifice or use my assistant? This part right here gets me. I can't send anyone else to my kids' school play. So it's like, yeah, if you can, grow this business and you have other people that can do some stuff for you, then you can make your kids play, which is, the most important thing in your kid is your time being there. And I learned this, obviously the hard way, with the way I do business, but, all your partner and your kid, all they want is your time, and it's valuable. And unfortunately we sell ourselves, or we sell our time, to make money. So the whole point is to shift that. And I want to get us back on track with the business side of things and kind of getting us, getting us to that point to where, now that we've gone over the first 2, and I see this, this is hitting home with a lot of people between the family and the business time and just getting that done. So, I don't want to take away from that, but I do want to get us back to a point to where, understanding that, we are running a business and how to do that correctly so the business isn't running us. So you had sent me something a little bit earlier, Amanda, and I unfortunately, I don't have my phone in front of me, but you had sent me this, this imagery that we looked at. Are you able to reference that? Yeah. So if you can just reference that to people, I think I myself would say I hit probably, I think it's like 3 out of 4 on both sides. I'm doing all of this. So it seems like, honestly, seeing that black and white, I was like, oh, I could hire someone to do all that other stuff, and I could be doing all this.
Show me the goods. I want to see it.
Well, so basically it's 2 categories, right? So working in your business versus working on your business. So working in your business, you don't need to meet all your clients. That's just square one. Answering inquiries, you don't necessarily need to be that person. Paying invoices, you don't necessarily need to be that person. Invoicing your clients, you don't necessarily need to be that person. And dealing with conflict, you don't necessarily need to be the face of that. Then on the other side, I have working on your business. So you're planning for your future, you're learning, you're growing your education, you're setting goals, automating processes, talking with mentors. And that was something I wanted to touch on too. Actually, Omar, you had brought up, like, when do you know when to transition? And I had brought up a little bit about community, and community is still key, but having a mentor is super important. You want to have people who have been here before you and done it before you and are able to give you advice and to help you through your journey too. It's really important to have solid community.
Can you repeat what you said right before you said having a mentor?
Sure. So from my list, the last thing I said was automating processes.
Can you deep dive into that? Because that is a weakness. I hate processes, but I know they're absolutely mandatory. I'm the creative thinker.
Yeah.
But I know that that's more of the structure. So that's one of my weaknesses, but that's where I look for help. So
I just want to say, we only have 30 more minutes. So just, I saw this girl like, I can talk for 30 minutes to deep dive into this topic right here.
So I work off of the buddy system. 9 times out of 10, when I'm helping a company structure, I use the buddy system. And I use that in different ways. So when you're first starting out, it's hard to use the buddy system because you are the buddy. You're the person double checking somebody else's work, right? But the way that you can use it, if you have an assistant and you're automating things, you now have 2 employees. That's now the buddy system. So they will follow the process that the automated system is already giving them. Automated processes are already designed to make your life easier. It's a matter of which one you choose to use. So for example, in the photo video world, we use what's called Tave. Shout out to Tave because they're shit. But they cater to the event industry. And it's a CRM basically, so a client management system. Something like that is huge. It's helping you to keep track of your clients, keep track of your calendars. You can set up automated emails to check in on people. You can text yourself reminders through there. I mean, it's endless, the possibilities. It can send reminders, hey, by the way, your bill is due if they didn't pay for it. You want to be able to automate as much as you possibly can. And most people understand that nowadays. They don't associate it with being unpersonal. I think some people are concerned about that. And I think most people are just appreciative for a reminder or just any contact at all, to be honest. That's what I've noticed. So even though it's automated, it's still authentic.
I like that. I like that buddy system too. It helps hold you accountable and it makes sure that things are getting done and they're getting done efficiently and correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're first starting out with staff, it's good to like have the buddy system. Like, okay, get this done, but check back in with me. Get this done, but then check in with this person or X, Y, and Z. Just kind of getting them to that point where they're doing things the way that you want them done. Because that's like the other thing too. It's like I can teach business, but the truth is, I've told Omar this before. I go in the first 24 hours, I just observe people and I just see, where do your problems lie? Where do you need help? Where are people feeling valued and appreciated as your employees? And where do they need some growth and some help? And where are you being bogged down and your time being used when it shouldn't be? Where are the systems failing you? Because there has to be standard operating procedures. There has to be a good foundation if you want a successful business. And some people blow up so big, so fast, and their work comes in so quickly that they aren't able to define that foundation, and then they go out of business.
Got it. So those foundations, though, that should be the origination steps.
Right, and then you build on it, and you just keep making it better.
I like that. I like that a lot. So I mean, you guys have been seeing it. I've been putting up all these comments, coming all this feedback. Steve Wire, just said I had shifted and also helped others start businesses and shifting in new adventures. I feel like we're all in that kind of role right now. I loved what Chris had said here with yes, automation. It's funny the verbiage you're using here, because I feel like right now in COVID times and in the time of the new hybrid events that we're doing. I'm in Sarasota today doing a hybrid event right now. All of us that are here are running multiple positions, and we're trying to automate as much of it as possible because it's easier to do our jobs this way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny that things that I'm doing now as a normal for me, it's like, why am I not doing this in my business already? Like, why didn't I just automate these things already? And like Amanda was saying, we've had communications before, and I am now using Agile CRMs to help me with my processes, and I'm building them out, and then I'm going to bring my teams in to help me out. Like Austin, you've been talking about this for a while now. Like, hey, we need to build this whole section. I'm like, I got it. I'm taking the end of the month off. We're gonna organize it, get it all in there together, so that when you get in there, it's ready to go, and we're gonna hit the ground running, which we have for this show. But we're gonna make it a little more organized for ourselves, so it's easier to communicate instead of these back and forth all the time. We'll have a centralized place to do it. Chris Brown here again, nailed it. I've met some business owners that say I want to keep it personal, and wasted so much time and resources because they wouldn't understand it is not a big thing to automate certain aspects of the business. And the ones that you brought up, Amanda, I mean, I do a lot of those things on both ends of the spectrum, and it's funny that until I saw that on that sheet, it just didn't make sense to get an assistant. So I was looking that up as we were talking. They are super affordable, by the way. definitely going to look into an assistant, because those are things that take up a lot of my time that don't bring me back any value, but they do take up a ton of my time. And the hardest thing for me, and I have an accountant I pay for, and she does fantastic. I do her stuff quarterly with her. But the little in between stuff that I got to manage and keep track of, I wouldn't want to say difficult on it, but what takes me 30 minutes to design when it comes to numbers, probably takes one of you guys 5-10 minutes, takes me an hour, because I just like, okay, I got to review this, check this, send this out. Okay, do I have the right email in here?
Back to what you were saying, hire for the things that you're not so good at.
100%, which I agree with. Yes. And that's something I needed to do, I need to do now moving forward, because these are things that take up my time. These are important things that also help me move forward, and I'm not doing them to the best of my abilities. So why not, or outsource that a little bit so that I can do the things that I do better, faster and quicker. 100%.
Yeah. And you don't want just any assistant. You don't want just a good assistant. You want a great assistant. I want to make sure I say that. You don't want good. Good is bad.
How do we find that great assistant?
You just keep trying. I'll be honest with you. Interns are a great way to find like the perfect match. Take on like 3 to 6 people and teach them and see who picks it up fastest. You're giving them a free education and free experience, and giving them the opportunity to learn on site and to have a mentor. But you're also getting the opportunity to interview them on a more intense level. Internship programs are usually between 2 to 3 months. Gives you the perfect opportunity to figure out if somebody's the right fit. That's obviously better not during COVID times, right? So during COVID times, I mean, you really just have to really interview well and get a good feeling about somebody. And if you're even a little unsure, I mean, it's at a point now where you can say, hey, we need to do a trial period to make sure we're both a good fit. Because an assistant also wants to be a good fit to somebody too. I've been an assistant before, and it's just a matter of you want to see that person succeed. You want to see the company succeed too. You're invested as well because your heart's in it. So you also want to make sure you're a good fit.
Understood.
Sorry, I got sucked in another one. So it's hard to hand off the baby, to hand your most important access to someone else and trust them, especially when finances or client lists trust and check references. That's again, a big thing for me. But there are a couple of things. Do I need to be the one taking that phone call all the time to book myself for the schedule? If I have an assistant that says, "Hey, here's the schedule," and that my clients call my assistant, essentially, whoever that would be in the future, and says, "How I need to book Omar for XYZ dates." They're probably going to be more organized than me, honestly, and have time to say, yeah, here's the dates that's available. What's the position? What are the dates and the times? They can gather all that information from me. Stuff that, I mean, honestly, I could think about a ton of shows where I get information sporadically. If I had someone organizing that for me, instead of me having to go, okay, I got this piece of here, let me drag it over here. Oh, I got this email now, let me put that over here. That would save me a ton of time from doing things. And mind you, I'm fantastic at working on my phone and running 2 businesses from the phone very effectively. But it's a time-consuming thing, and it makes me on my phone all the time, which I'm definitely trying to do less of as I'm older now, and I'm trying to build not just a business, but also a family and spend time with my daughter more and my partner more. One of the big things is my phone is my connection to business, to clients, to friends, to family. So I use it for everything. But at the same token, I've gotten really good at automating things in here. Why can I not just say, hey, here's all the things that you would need. Can you just call this number instead of mine? That would take me nothing. And it wouldn't be giving money. It wouldn't be giving access to the money side of it, but it'd be giving access to give me more time back, essentially. Right. And you're not going to say no to work, right? If your client calls you and you have days available, you're most likely going to say yes. If you want to take days off, you just call, hey, I booked these days off for me. These are important days. I need to be with my kid or with my partner or with whatever the case is. You book those days out for yourself. And I'm doing that already for myself now. I mean, I got dates booked out for personal things throughout the months. I could totally see outsource that to somebody else to do for me. And it's like it took me this moment to be like, oh shit. Yeah, that is something I outsource. I don't have to be that person all the time,
So
well, that's where the buddy system comes in.
and I was actually just about to say that buddy system that you mentioned, I feel like it'd help hold us accountable to make sure that all of those little fine things that we're so worried about are taken care of. I'm a firm believer in the 80-20 rule that 80% of the results are created with just 20% of the things that we do. Yet we're so caught up and busy with the other 80% of the things that we're doing that's not really income generating activities. So, but deep diving into what you were saying, I wanted to ask, so in your process of building business, we talked about the importance of communication. We talked about the importance of the right hire, of knowing when to hire. We bring on an assistant, things are starting to go good, or we get a couple of interns. One of them is working out really well, and we kind of learn how to duplicate ourselves. Where do we go from there? What's our next step? What's next in the phase of transitions?
It depends on your business model, right? So even a sole proprietor needs an excellent assistant, but you could also be like what I'm more familiar with is I help primarily sole proprietors and businesses that are small businesses that operate like businesses, big businesses, meaning they are small, but they bring in a large profit and they have high scale clients. So more boutique style. So those particular type of companies, you have to have a good assistant, but you have to have a good team, and everybody has to kind of specialize in something. So it really just depends on your business model and what your business goals are. But I will say that having the buddy system helps in the sense of, okay, now you have an assistant, and that assistant is supposed to be an extension of you. What's your next thing that needs to get taken off your plate so that you can extend your company and keep it going and keep it growing? Is it a business development, for example? So that's kind of like what I do. For example, do you bring somebody in who's going to say, okay, this is where you're at, here's where you could be, and this is the steps to get there? Or are you at a point where you know enough people that you can start to hire people, and they don't necessarily have to be full time? They can be, based off of what you need.
So more like a freelance style, bring them in when you need them?
Absolutely. And it supports the freelance community because they need it. They want that variety. Part of the reason, it's kind of almost like their own ability to be an entrepreneur without necessarily a structured business. So you're also helping them thrive and live their dreams too, believe it or not. There's a lot of people who enjoy being a freelancer, and you're helping that community and that business.
Community supporting community. I love that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I want to bring up one thing that Rico Campos had posted real quick. And Amanda, I'll let you take the lead. So he said, interns are a waste of time. You need someone to hit the ground running. And this is in stark contrast to what Chris Brown had just said down here. I started an internship program at our previous company, and I felt like you can see the real value and integration of that person because they aren't trying to BS you to get the job. They have to prove themselves and dedicate themselves because money is usually not in play. And I really like that ending there because that is a difference, right? Like, are they here to make money, or are they here because this is like what they really want to do and they can sense prove to you? So anyways, I was wondering, like, could you touch base on maybe both of these topics between what Rico's opinion is of this and maybe what Chris Brown is, or where you're saying he sees the benefit of it. Rico says, hey, I don't know if this is the best thing. I want to just get the guy who knows it and just goes with it because I don't have time to waste on the interns.
So I'm going to be very honest with you. I've come to know that there's different type of business owners, and some of them, their business is their business and their hobby. It's what they love. So they are going to do whatever it takes to be able to afford that assistant at that level, that person that they need, whether it's somebody who does their SEO, their website, their graphics, the PR person that's going to get them out there. They are going to do whatever it takes. They're going to take out loans. They're going to bust their butt. They're going to miss that family dinner. They're going to do whatever it takes because their dream is to also live life to the fullest. And for them, part of their business is part of their hobby. And so for those kind of people, I can give certain advice, but at the end of the day, they run the game and I'm just helping them make their dream come true. When you're talking about people who are in the business of buying time, you're working hard so you can get to a point where you can enjoy your life. Those are the people that you're going to probably be a little bit more invested in an intern because you know what it's like to be that person. You know what you're looking for because you're looking for somebody who has a similar heart and mind that you do. So really and truthfully, it can really go either way. Some people are just blessed with capital and they have the backing. They're able to just hire whoever they want. And in those cases, phenomenal, do it. But for those who don't, interns tend to be a good option. Or just finding people who are willing to grow with you. It's usually people you know, or people who know of you, or people who can refer you. It's all about who you know. That's part of running the game as a business person is you want to know, are you going to be the face of the company from the very beginning? You want to know the answer to that. If you are going to be the face of the company, you have to be prepared for the responsibilities that come with that. They are going to want to talk to you on the phone. They are going to want to have to deal with you directly. It is you who's going to have to go to those events. It is you that's going to have to be posted on those posts that are going to have to be on the live videos. It's going to have to be you. You don't necessarily need to do conflict resolution, meaning between employees or even clients complaining necessarily. You can sell yourself as a team, but you're still the face. And that also makes a difference too. If you're going to be the face, makes a huge difference on who you hire and what you're doing and how you do it.
How do you make that decision if you should be the face or not? I mean,
How
I
people
think I
react
got
to
a
you.
nice face.
How people react to you. And it's so funny because both of you are the face of your companies.
Yeah, we are.
But it's necessary. It's necessary because you have the personality, you have the passion, and you're good people. So, this is not the world of traditional business anymore. People want to trust you. They want to know who you are. What do you do? What do you care about? What kind of person are you? Are you just taking my money? Or do you care about what you're doing? It's a very different world we're in. There are literally people who hire a whole team and they're making the least amount of money just so that they can be the face of the company because that's going to benefit their company. As a whole, as an entity, as a family, it's going to help the company grow, not even necessarily them.
That's powerful. Omar, you want to bring up some of those comments? So
I got three here. I got one I want to bring up first, just because this directly. Austin, we've literally had direct conversations, and so have Ed and me, and Chris Brown and myself. Freelancers often don't look at themselves as businesses, and because of that, they leave a lot of opportunities on the table.
Very true.
That's very true. And I think Amanda's kind of touched on it a little bit here, where she's saying, something that I tell guys all the time. If you're freelancing, you need to have a business. You need to have at least an LLC, a separate bank account for your business stuff. Pay yourself out of that account to just separate your finances to make life easier for yourself. And I know it sounds daunting, and it's like, but everything's tied in together. I promise you, with patience and time and talking to people like Amanda and getting with her company, getting consultings from her or from anybody who's willing to do it. But Amanda does professionally, just throwing that out there. You guys can proceed and move forward. But on the other side of that, you are, like she's saying, you're your own brand. And I from personal experience, right? AV Educate is my baby. It's my brand. I tried for a long time not to be the face of it because I didn't want to be the face of it, and I had to kind of give in order to move it forward and continue to grow it. I needed to be the face, essentially, which I've become to an extent. But I also wanted to bring up my good friends and that I have with me, like Austin Jackson, Ed, and Chris, who helped me. I wanted to also showcase these guys who are in the background doing stuff with me to make sure that they're getting as much credit as I am for what we're doing here. So a lot of things I do, I try to, also work with the people that I'm working with and bring them in and showcase them as well. Because it's not just about me, it's about the community. And what Ed is saying is so true. And this is honestly, I wouldn't say this is the exact verbiage, but when Austin and me met, this is what we talked about. And this is why this show is here, is because we want to help guys understand that there is a different way to do this that makes your life easier if you just commit to it. Another one that came in from Angelica here was, so she's got two very good ones here, and I'm gonna do the bigger one first, so we can tackle that one. We got about 15 minutes left. Sometimes the answer is too versatile. Everyone's different. I get that. As a mom working multiple physical jobs that are necessary during COVID with only late nights to make it happen, I'd love to have an assistant to do the unnecessary stuff during the day, like groceries, and trusting them to make the right decision, the basics. That I need the extra so I can be with the family. My question is, how can I start my business? And I'll lead with that one first, and she has another one here that's very good that we can come back to once Amanda's dived into that one a little bit.
Yeah, so I do want to touch a little bit on the freelancers thing. Like, there is a community in a business, and there are people who are fighting to have that, and then there's others that it's just, I work when I work, and it is what it is, and yada yada. But that's everywhere. Everybody has a different personality. There's always going to be people who lack in different departments, right? So I think you just got to find the right fit, and then you got to invest in those people. You just got to know. Like, it sounds crazy, but like you meet somebody and you go, okay, you got it. It's not that they have this immense amount of skill. It's that they're teachable and they care, because you cannot teach somebody to care. That's like the magic, right? Like, you can't teach somebody to care. So like, the whole point is hire somebody who cares and has the ability to learn, right? Because there's people who care, but not so good learners. You love them from a distance. You'll bring them up when you get a chance, you know? But then there's the people that you see, and you see the potential, and you go, okay, I need to invest in that person. And that's important, you know, and, you know, ask around people. Hey, you've worked with that person. What do you think of that person? You know, X, Y, and Z, like, I've seen this person work. What do you think? And, or bring them on for a couple projects and see how they do. You don't necessarily have to give them all the, you know, the information, but just see where they're at and see if they're a good fit for you. As far as being a mom and having multiple jobs and doing this and doing that, the honest to God's truth is it's there's no easy answer. There's no easy answer. All I can say is you have to make a goal, and then you have to go after it. Because if you're looking at every day I have to do this with the kids, every day I have to work, every day I have to do it, it's just overwhelming. You have to make a goal, and then you have to do whatever it takes to get to that goal, and you have to put yourself through phases to get to that point. So if you say, I want to start a business, then that needs to be a conversation with you and your partner. If your kids are old enough to understand, a conversation with your kids. This is a dream of mine. I'm going to go after it. It may be great and it may not, but I'm going to do what it takes to do it. Just know I'm going to do my best. And
Amen.
You communicate those things.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised that the majority of the time when someone is upset or like something goes wrong is just because there was just lack of communication. So, you know, it's better to over communicate. If you're at that point now where you're ready to start a business, first of all, there's tons of free advice online. Research, you know, take that time. I know you're probably already not sleeping, but take that even more. Take those extra 2 hours that you're not sleeping and look, what is it going to take to start this business? What's my goal with this business? How quickly do I have to see a return before I can say, okay, this is not for me? So I really think you have to communicate what your goal is, set it, and then set time frames. Okay, within 30 days, did I get to where I need to be? Within 60 days, did I get to where I need to be? Within 90 days? Because I'll be honest with you, not everybody's meant to own a business. And they may at the beginning think that that's what they're meant to do. And then you get in it and you're like, oh crap, this is not for me. And so that's why you have to check with yourself, right? Because everything is about time now. Everything is about, you know, the value is time. It's not even money anymore, especially with this whole COVID thing. It's not even money, it's time. You know, you're blessed to just be alive and be healthy. So with that being said, you have to set those goals, set time frames, set phases, and just stick to the plan. You have to take yourself out of the bubble and start looking at it and start writing things down. You don't know, research. You don't know, make a friend. You don't know, stalk somebody on social media, because we know you're all doing it anyway. You got free time and that's what you're doing. Stalk somebody who's going to make you better. Stalk somebody who's going to give you the time. You know, some of the best employees I've ever had, some of the best teammates I've ever had were just persistent. They just kept going, kept following me, kept talking to me, kept following up with me. They wouldn't let it go. And then finally I was like, all right, fine. What do you got? You know, you got my attention from all my business because you just kept going. Well, a lot of opportunities started that way. So if you see a mentor and you want to get attached to them, go after it. Don't give up easily.
That was golden. You said so many things that I just wish I could pick them all out. But you can't get someone to care. absolute golden, and that is a huge part of business, getting the right pieces to the puzzle, the right players in the game, and the people who care. Because if they care enough, they'll want to get better, and they'll deep dive into those tasks and continue to sharpen their skills and work on getting better. One of the things that you also said is self-awareness, knowing who you are, what your strong suits are, and am I built to run a business? Maybe I just specialize in doing something really well, and I can help another business because I do that one thing really well. But when it comes to actually managing and balancing a business, it's too much for me. I don't want all of the headache. So I agree with you on that with self-awareness. And to touch on what Angelica had said, as I'm not a mom, obviously, but as a mom, I know that it could be a strenuous task having to deal with kids, trying to have your own life and still working and still educating yourself to get better at your craft. But a lot of the things when we talk about automation, it's there. That's something in your phone, it can be automatically scheduled. When it comes to getting your groceries, you can literally order all of your groceries and have them shipped to your door so that you don't have to go to the grocery store anymore. Little things like that, those simple tasks, if you were able to get those under control, you can get yourself a little bit more time. And you make that decision. You say, I want to start a business. Go ahead and get started. Find out what you got to do and start doing it, because you're looking at, okay, I want to eat this whole elephant. We all know the phrase. If you want to eat an elephant, it's one bite at a time. Start with the first thing. Apply for your license. Form your LLC. Do the first steps, and one step at a time. That's what Amanda is saying. One step, continuous progress. You'll get there.
Yeah. And also, I just want to say, like, the truth is, like, I didn't get half the opportunities I got because I was the most qualified person. I'm going to be real honest with you. The biggest compliment I ever got is, Amanda, you have integrity. I know that when I'm not there, you're still going to give 100%. I know that you're still going to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, even if my eyes are not on you. You know, there's they said it's something that they wrote, and it was about an article in Africa, and they were saying that this woman, when they were giving the collections plate around, she didn't have any money, so she stood in the plate and she like put her hands up and was like, I give you all of me. And those are the type of people that are going to constantly get opportunities that other people won't. And you know, you just have to make yourself available, and you have to put yourself in the right mind frame. It all starts with you. It all starts with you and making that decision and then going after it. And you don't have the education or the resources, find them. I promise you they're there.
I love it. I agree with everything you said. Jonathan brought up a really good comment just now. He said, you will doubt whether you're on the right path many times until you have the clients to support the idea. Without clients, your business is actually just an educational hobby. So we spoke so much about the business development process and whatnot. We got 4 minutes left. We got to at least let the people know, how do we get the clients?
You got to fix a problem.
Tell them
you got to make a
consultation.
You could do that. No, but honestly though, you have to have a solution for a problem. You got to be fixing something. You got to do something better than everybody else. You got to be set apart. And I think you got to care. People can tell when you're being authentic. People can tell when you're being real. Just put yourself out there and they will come. You keep working hard and you stay consistent and you stay on your path, they will come. But also it's still, you have to be self-aware, because you may have a dream and it's not for you. I thought I would be Beyonce by now. It has not happened. Some people are just not meant to be on stage. I'm not one of them. So I'm just saying that because, you know, not all dreams are meant to come true. But if you have to at least follow the path so you know that it's not for you. And then as far as going down the path, you start seeing success, just even little bits and pieces of it. Oh, take it. It's yummy. Hold it in, love it, like eat it up, and then take that and project that love, that passion, and that hunger towards other people, because they will see it and they will want to be part of it. Be magnetic. You know, you have to first and foremost be the person that you want. Like, you have to be the person that's going to attract the right kind of people. You know, so that's in business, that's in community, that's with partner. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to be on the right path, and you have to be the right kind of person.
Omar, can we get some like special effects, like some bombs? So when she's saying, cause you dropping some bombs, man.
I can start doing some sound effects. Boom. So we're getting to that like final wrap up. There was one that I wanted to bring up that I missed, or I didn't miss. I didn't take it up originally on purpose. Alicia said something I thought was very good, and I wanted to hear your opinion on it, Amanda, because you've been dropping the knowledge bombs all night, like Austin's saying. The community is definitely receiving your knowledge, and they're definitely responding to it. So Alicia said, when you get overwhelmed with your business, how do you keep your creativity alive? And I think right now, with everything in COVID going on and the stress of the money and the business and where things are going, I think this is a very good question, and I think you can answer this perfectly.
I'm so glad she brought that up, because that was one that I was like keeping in the back of my mind. So creatives are not meant to run a business. Austin?
Yeah.
Austin?
Yep. She's 100% correct.
Hey, I got you. But the reason why I say it is because that there's a magical unicorn that is your match, and they love to run business. And I'm not talking about me, but there's other magical unicorns out there that love business, and they want to make your life easier. That's literally their goal in life. There is somebody like that was signing Michael Jordan's checks, you know what I mean? And he was all about making that man's life better. Yeah. Like there are people out there who find joy and happiness in making your life easier and helping you build your business. In creatives, you have to have more time than the average person to yourself, and you need to be constantly inspired. And that means being around the right people. And so bringing an assistant in who can say, oh, I already took care of that. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, I got that. No worries. Oh, stay an extra 5 minutes. No problem. I have no problem with that. I'll help you out. Oh, pay me when you can pay me. It sounds crazy, but there are people out there like that. And you need those kind of people. And then, you know, when you get to a certain point, then you bring in somebody, like I said, like business development, similar to what I do. And then you go, okay, now I got to this point. How do I make it even bigger and better? And that's what people like me do. Business development, that's what we do. But first start with an assistant. Take some of that load off. They need to be able to take those, you know, dot the I's, cross the T's. They need to take some of that off your plate, because it's not meant for you. That's meant for somebody else.
Understood. Absolutely love that too. And one of the things I would say in terms of creativity, I know that at least that has helped me, is always looking for a way that I can better serve my client. If I were in my client's shoes and I'm having these certain challenges or these certain struggles, what would help me in that? And once you figure that out, you'll start to get real creative in solutions that you can bring to the table. And the more you continue to provide solutions for your clients, the better your business will be at the end of the day. I think that's the whole long and short of it. But I know we don't really have so much more time. Amanda, can you tell us all, if we want to learn a little bit more, if we want to deep dive, if we want to get into some consultation, how do we find you?
So my Facebook should be linked somewhere, Omar. And
no pressure.
Yeah. And that's actually my personal Facebook. Most of my clients are private clients. And you can message me, you can find me on there, and I'll reach out to you and help you. And be honest, I love what I do. So I'm happy to give as much free information as I possibly can. And if you're looking to restructure your business, operations will save you money, time, energy, peace of mind. It'll give you peace of mind. And that's really what I do and where I come in. And thank you guys for the opportunity to be able to talk to all of you.
Man, you had the entire community rocking tonight. Everybody, I want y'all to throw some hearts up in the comments. Let Amanda know that you really appreciated her tonight. Look, it's going crazy right now. It's going crazy. They're coming in left and right. I think everybody had a really good time. Omar, you ready to close this up?
I am. Yeah. So before we close it up, Amanda, before we let you go, I would love to have you back on another episode if you have time for us. I know you're a busy person. I know you got like 3 other companies you're building right now. I think one's like in its final completion, and you got 2 that you're starting with another person. So I know you're busy. Love to have you back. Not trying to call you out on social media. However, before we let you go, is there anything that we missed that maybe you wanted to bring up to attention of everybody? I try not to go past the time, but I always go past that. But I want to make sure that there's not something in the back of your mind, or that you thought we would ask that we haven't, that you think the community needs to hear, or that you want to give out as like a, hey, ultimately XYZ, or do you feel like we dove into this and got a good point for this hour? I just want to make sure we don't leave without covering everything that we thought we should have covered, or that you wanted us to cover. So is there anything that we're missing before we let you go for the community?
I would just say, I have my own method of madness that works for me, and maybe this will help others, but I've had many things that I've wanted to overcome in my life. I set big goals, and I don't expect them to be done quickly. I am not somebody who totally 100% is sold on, instant gratification. There are some things great when they can happen. But overall, I set very realistic goals, and then I try to beat them. And I recommend that for anybody, whether you're trying to lose weight or whether you're trying to build your business, set realistic goals and give yourself the time to have learning curves. Give yourself the opportunity to research. There's nothing wrong with taking a little bit longer to do things. I feel like a lot of people rush things, and that's where a lot of the struggle comes from. Get to know your subject, become a master of it. You want a business, get to know business, understand it, get to know what it takes to run a successful business. And not just for yourself, but for the employees you plan to take on. Give them an amazing experience. They're going to spend most of their time with you. Give them a reason to be there.
I love that, because I'm a firm believer in building a community culture. Some of the most successful businesses like Publix, Disney, Chick-fil-A, it's all about that internal structure, what they build with the community of how they serve each other and themselves before they serve the outside. And I think that's what makes them so successful. That is powerful. I really hope we see you again.
And Amanda, again, thank you so much for being here with us. It was an honor to have you on their show. Honestly, Austin, the audience was loving it. They're wanting you to come back. Kiki here, Kiki Arlager here. Hope to see you back. Fountain of information. Thank you guys so much. Kelly Berman here, fantastic. Christopher Brown, one of our co-hosts for our other show, wants to lose some weight. So I think you get him some motivation, some guidelines there. Alicia, patience, endurance. Angelica with the Amanda. Guy Harper with the loves. AVHK with the love. David Mendez here with it. Christopher Brown upstairs.
I was terrified. So thanks for the love, guys.
You did fantastic. So just real quick, again, Amanda, thank you so much for being here with us so much. I hope to bring you back on the show. I will let the community know. Obviously, you guys are definitely wanting more of it. But I'd like to thank you again. We're going to close off real quick. Just for anybody who's new to us, I'm going to release Amanda right now. And then you guys, the link is in the page. I will dump it again one more time into the comments, just in case anybody's missed it. And then Austin will close us off. I got to do a quick little sponsor real quick for everybody. It'll take 14 seconds. And then we'll come back to Austin and me. We'll kind of say our final words, and then Austin will wrap us off real fast with his lyrical vibe. He's such a good. The thing is, like, Austin, you're so good with words. If you guys didn't know this, a lot of the verbiage that comes out of this, even though it's my spelling and I suck at spelling, he kind of guides me to that path. So he doesn't take credit for it, but he's like, we should say this. And I'm like, perfect. Let me just put that in there. And I still fuck it up, but that's a different story. So real quick, I want to thank our sponsors who help us with pay for StreamYard and help kind of organize the stuff. Again, thanks to our sponsor, Virtual Events. And Austin, I will let you close it off as always. Master of words. Do your thing, brother.
I don't know what he's talking about, but it was really an absolute pleasure being with all of you again tonight. We deep dived on a really intricate topic, and we got into some really good details. I hope you all picked up some nuggets and some gems and took notes as much as you possibly can. Feel free to reach out to Amanda behind the scenes. I really hope that we're continuously providing enough value for all of you. Continue to reach out to us. Let us know about topics that you want to hear about. Let us know if there's any speakers that you think that we should actually bring in to this platform so that we can continue to make sure that we're giving you exactly what it is that you're looking for. But like I said, it was a pleasure once again for being in this space with all of you tonight. And I'll see you guys next week Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Take care.